Hi guys, so we have an O-level past paper question from the year 2015. The session is May-June. This is question number 11. To solve this question, we'll use probability, draw a tree diagram and a histogram. So let's start. The question says some people were asked which continent they visited on their last holiday. The results are shown in the table below. These are the continents: North America, Europe and Asia. The first part says find the probability that one of these people chosen at random visited North America. So first of all, let's add all of these frequencies up. 7 plus 5 is 15 is 22, 22 plus 8 is 30. And if they chose North America, that becomes 7 over 30. That's the first probability, 7 over 30. The next part says find the probability that one of these people chosen at random did not go to Asia. Give your answer as a fraction in its lowest terms. So the people who went to Asia was 8 out of 30. That means who didn't go to Asia was 22 out of 30. When you subtract 8 from 30, get 22. So it becomes 22 out of 30, which simplifies to 11 over 15. So you write your values over here, 11 over 15. The next part says two of these people are chosen at random. The tree diagram opposite shows the possible outcomes and some of their probabilities. Part A says complete the tree diagram. Okay, let's move on and let's look at the tree diagram. Okay, the first person, North America, Europe and Asia, and then we have to write down the probabilities. So of course the first one is going to be 7 out of 30. Then if we start from the second person, the people who visited North America, since one of them would be chosen already, that becomes 6 out of 29. If this becomes 6 out of 29, the people from Europe, the people who chose Europe, it remains 15 but out of 29. The people who chose Asia, that remains as 8, but since there is one less person, this becomes 8 out of 29. For the second one, for the people who chose Europe first, for the first person who chose Europe first, the North American, the choice for North America remains the same, so this becomes 7 over 29. The second person who chose Europe as well, the probability becomes 14 over 29. And for the Asia, for the second person over here, it remains as 8 but over 29. Okay, the next part says Asia. So Asia first and then North America. North Americans stay the same, so it's 7 out of 29. Of course, one less person. Then for Europe, it stays the same, which is 15 out of 29. But for Asia, since one is subtracted, so you get 7 out of 29. Hence the tree diagram is completed. The second part over here says what is the probability that the two people went to the same continent. So for the first one, two North Americans, sorry, one second, my bad. Two North Americans means this probability, which is 7 over 30 times 6 over 29. So you do, So you do 7 over 30 times 6 over 29 and you add this to, what do we add this to? We add this to 15 out of 30 and 14 over 29. So you write it over here. You write 15 over 30 times 14 over 29 for the Europeans, plus the last one is going to be Asia and Asia, which is 8 out of 30 and 7 over 29. So you multiply this, 8 out of 30 times 7 over 29. Okay, let's multiply these. 7 over 30 times 6 over 29. This gives us 7 over 145. I'm using the calculator, by the way. 15 out of 30 times 14 over 29. This gives us 7 over 29. And the last one, 8 out of 30 times 7 over 29. This gives us 28 out of 435. Okay, let's add all of them. I'm using a calculator again. 7 over 145 plus 7 over 29 plus 28 over 435. This gives us 154 over 435, or in decimal form, this is 0.354. So we write our answer over here, 0.354. Okay, let's move on. The next part says the table shows the distribution of the total cost per person for holidays in 2014 for another group of people. They've given us the total cost over here and the frequency over here. It says draw a histogram to represent this data. If you look at this histogram, this is a frequency density histogram. So we need to make another row we need to add another row over here. How do we add another row? First of all, we do this. Okay, 1 second. Then we put these lines over here because I'm going to be using the frequency density row so that we can mark all these values on the histogram and complete it. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so right. So this last row is going to be frequency density. How do we find the frequency density? We divide 35 by 250 for the first one. This gives us 0.14. For the second one, we divide 20 by 250, which gives us 0.08. The next one, you divide 15 by 500. This gives us 0.03. The next one, you divide 8 by 1000. This gives us 0.008. And the last one, you divide 6 by 1500. Okay, this gives us 0.004. Let's mark these values. So for the first one, from 0 to 250, it is 0.14. So from 0 to 250, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this line over here, it is 0.14. So we draw a line that extends from the bottom to the top. So it goes like this, all the way to the top. So that's the first bar. The next one is 250 to 500 for 0.08. So 250 to 500 means the other bar is right next to it up till this point right here. So this is going to be it. I'll mark it clearly in the end. The next one is 500 to 1000, which is 0.03. So 500 to 1000 is going to be over here. 0.03 is going to be over here. Okay, I hope this is clear as well. I'm going to clearly mark it in the end. The next one is 1000 to 2000 for 0.008. So 1000 to 2000 is going to be over here. 1000 to 2000 is going to be 0.008, which is going to be, so if you divide this into 10 parts and then multiply that by 4, you get somewhat over here. So basically, this is the part that I'm talking about. Then the last one is 2000 to 3500 at 0.004, which is going to be half of this value. So you also draw a horizontal line, a vertical line over here in the end, just like this, and then a vertical line like this. So if I mark it clearly, let's use a highlighter to make it look good. Let's mark it in blue. This whole area is for the first bar. Then let's do this in red. This whole area is for the second bar. Then let's do it in yellow. This whole area is for the third one. And let's do it in another color. Let's do it in green. This whole area is for the fourth one. Okay. And then let's do the last one in black. This whole area right here is for the last one. So this is how our frequency density histogram looks like. Okay, let's move on. The next part says, estimate the number of people who spent less than $700 on holidays in 2014. Okay, less than $700. So if you look at this, this is less than 250, this is less than 500. From here to here, somewhere around over here, there were about $700 spent by how many people? 35, 20, and then some of these 15 people. How do we find this? So for the first 0 to 250, there were 35 people. Then from 250 to 500, there were 20 people. And for the last one, between 500 and 1000, there were 15 people. So how much do we need? From 500, we need to go 200 places up. That means 200 out of the 500 in total times how many people? There were 15 people. So let's see what we get. We get 35 plus 20 plus, if we solve this, 200 over 15, 500 times 15, this gives us 6 equal to 61. 35 plus 20 plus 6 equal to 61. So there were 61 people who spent less than $700. The last part says of the people who spent less than $250 on holidays in 2014, 2 out of 7 did not go on holiday. How many people did not go on holiday in 2014? So 2 out of 7 out of how many people? 35 people. So you multiply this by 35 and you end up at 10. So 10 people did not go on holidays. So we write our answer over here and we're done with the question. I hope this question made sense. The complete working of the entire question is present in the description below for you to download. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and thank you so much for watching.